Hey, Connect More listeners, we are live. And I would say live from Iowa, but Ween is, where are you, Weenus?
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas. So we're not I guess we're not really crossing time zones here. We're all still in the same time zone, but we're certainly crossing many more borders than we normally do. But we thought we'd go live today and talk a little bit about how things are going with the NCAA tournament. We've all got our brackets going. We got Connect More brackets. We got other kinds of brackets. Our favorite team, our alma mater, got knocked out on Friday, and it was not pretty. So we got a lot to talk about. So, Jocko, first of all, you said, do you have updated scores for the Connect More bracket on how we're all doing?
Yeah, I do. And our big mover was our producer is climbing up there.
Is she?
Yeah, so far in the second round, she has 10 correct. She's leading everyone in the second round so far. And as we're sitting here, Iowa still has a 1 point lead. She's the only one that's picked Iowa to go any further than this round as well. But Jason, remarkably, you're still leading the pack by 2 points over Brian. And then I'm about 6 and 7 points behind you, Cats. Then it's Prusha, our producer. And then, of course, John. And then my Cats bracket is 10 points off of John. So they're not having a very good year.
What?
Well, it would be nice if Prusha if at least if our producer at least beats John, that'd be beautiful. Correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
so we're all pulling for Prusha in this one, or all right, we want to get that fully across the finish line with her beating John.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, that's what I figured. We were all on the same page on that one. How close are the Cats to John?
Oh, they're bad. They're like 10 behind John.
Okay, and also
Yeah.
didn't a bunch of their teams, did they lose today too? The Cat teams,
I think there was a couple of them. Yeah.
because they're probably not going to finish strong, are they?
I don't know how many of their. I feel like technically right now they still have 3 of their 4. Right? Did Kentucky win today? No, Kentucky
Uh,
lost because Iowa State beat them.
That's right.
So
right,
they're
right.
down to half of their final 4 still alive. I believe that's
So
Arizona.
I would imagine need Arizona and Houston.
Yeah, I think that's all they got left.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Because they had the UNI Panthers going all the way out to the Final Four, didn't they?
They did. That bracket was really weird for all the Cat teams there were in the tournament this year. In that bracket, it was light on Cat teams, so they had you and I in the Final Four. Again, folks, if you don't know, we do a bracket that my Cats do, and of course, the first rule of how they pick their winners is any mascot that's a cat, wildcat, panther, cougar, that sort of thing. Those teams, go on, and usually their Final Four is all teams with cat nicknames.
Now, so I think we do want to spend a little bit of time talking about that horrendous UNI game on Friday. I that was really I wouldn't necessarily say it was a heartbreaker. I don't think any of us were unrealistic about what their chances were, but I kind of feel like if they had not given up that huge lead off the start, they hung with them tight the whole rest of the game. Like they really didn't get outscored over the remainder of the game. It's just that bad start just screwed them right off the bat.
They, I think, I don't like the. I don't know. I feel like the stage and the scene just got too big for them when it started. They were missing shots that the previous 3 weeks leading up to that game, they were hitting those shots. They were missing those. They were missing layups and three wide open 3-point shots.
Oh, and like
Um,
standing in the lane with the ball and kicking it back out, like put it up. What are you doing? Like, yeah. But you could tell. But they were, like you said, they were intimidated. Like
I
they were not playing at that level, and they just, oh, I can't put it up against this guy, and they'd kick it out. Like, come on. But that's what they did better in the second half. They
I
started. They kind of got.
Yeah.
They found their legs.
Yeah, they did. And I think part of that is, and we've seen it before, and not just with you and I, but with other teams from the Missouri Valley, is we play our conference championship is decided a whole week before Selection Sunday, and
Yep.
I think they get a little bit out of rhythm having that almost 10 days off of playing like that. So I think that doesn't help. I also that they didn't cover the spread either. I had my DraftKings parlay that day. I had Iowa State, and UNI all covering the spread, and UNI was the third leg that didn't come through for me.
And what was the spread? Like 11, 10, 9.5?
Yeah. Oh no, it was 11. It was on the other side
Yeah.
of 10. I was like,
I would
I'll
have
take
picked
that.
Yeah. I would have
Yeah.
picked them to cover the spread at least,
Well, like Jason says, if they would have played even half the first half like they did any of the second half, I think they would have been within the spread.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, especially when you see how some of these other lower ranked teams have done in those first couple rounds. They've been hanging with these really good teams. That High Point game, for God's sake. Did you watch that last night? Jeez.
No, I did not.
That was amazing. Like those guys were just playing their ass off. It was fun to watch.
So I think I told you guys, I mean, this is seriously like the least March Madness, especially first and second rounds, that I think I've watched since I was 12 years old. Like I didn't see anything on Thursday. I didn't see anything till the UNI game Friday. I did not see anything yesterday. I did watch Iowa State, majority of the Iowa State game today, and most of the Iowa game, of course, which is still going on. But this is by far the least of any NCAA tournament I've seriously in 30 years, 35 years.
It was during the UNI game, me and the boys were getting, I don't know if you guys were also getting annoyed with the announcers during that game. If they talked about that Zuby Ejiofor like his resume one more goddamn time, I was like, shut the fuck up. We know he was the defensive player of the year. We know he was the Big East player. We know. Shut up. You've been talking about it nonstop. Every time he went to the free throw line. Well, Zuby Ejiofor, he's the defensive player of the year. We know. Shut up. I mean, it was like Chris Collinsworth talking about Mahomes. Knock it off.
It wasn't that bad.
Keep
Come
your
on.
heart on in your pants, you guys. It was ridiculous, though. It was so bad.
Come on, it wasn't that bad.
It was.
Yeah, I don't know. I did not like the announcing either. That Stan Van Gundy, I was ready to put his face in the toilet. He was not good. But I did. I had a friend over. My work buddy Kyle came over and joined me and Tanya for the UNI game because I cannot. Well, first of all, I can't. I can't be seen in public watching those games. It's just, especially around kids.
Family
no
show.
issues with that.
Hello.
I have no issues with that bombs.
Yeah, no, we know you're. Yeah,
but also I'm in Iowa City for the weekend, so Iowa was basically playing at the same time as UNI, so there was no way I was going to find a bar that was going to turn a TV on back in the kitchen for me with the UNI game on.
That's true.
So
yeah,
we got our Wig and Pen pizza and then came home and Kyle got to see me act like a 56-year-old baby yelling at the TV.
Well, and hey, let's shout out to Kyle, super fan of the podcast, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Hope you're doing good out there, Kyle. Can't wait to meet you someday. It's always hear lots of stories about Kyle and how he supports the pod. We love that.
Yeah, he's developed bad habits like sending me because he knows it annoys me because we've talked about it on the show. He's developed the bad habit of sending me emails that just say thanks.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you don't want to reveal, do you? Then they start just like picking that scab over and over again. Like, oh, did you like that email? Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yep. That's right.
Keep it up, Kyle. Keep it up.
Poke the bear, Kyle. Poke the bear.
I mean, so I haven't watched a lot. Are you guys watching a lot of these games? Or?
I didn't watch it today. We watched a bunch on Saturday. We watched a bunch on Friday. I had to go out to Strawberry Point for work today, and then my folks came over for dinner tonight, so I didn't really watch much today. I'll probably watch it after this is all over. But the boys were watching it all day. They've been like frantically watching their brackets and stuff all day, and I'd hear stuff they're talking about in between things. I
That-
think I think my day has not gone well from what I could gather from their conversation.
Well, you said last week they were looking at when the selection Sunday came out, and they were already looking at the strength of schedules of all the schools and everything. So how are they doing in their brackets?
Frank's got a pretty good one, I think. Because we have a pool too with Erin's family, like all of her siblings and her dad and stuff. And he's doing pretty good in that one. I'm doing very poorly in that one. Of course, that's the only one that's got any money attached to it. I had to like pay $10 to get in, and I'm like second to last in that one. And these other stupid ones that I've got that got no money attached to them, I'm doing great. Oh,
Killing
good
it.
for you.
Wayne, what's your brackets looking like?
They're not too bad. My one at work, um, I wasn't too bad. I was like upper middle of the pack out of about 20, 30 people. So I'm
Hmm.
not too bad there. Um, the one with the Connect More and our fantasy football ones are I'm doing okay in those two. I'm pretty happy. I always need a few upsets for me to win, and I got
Mm-hmm.
that in the beat the boys one. So um if you get like 50 points the first round, you win. Now I didn't get that. I only got 41.
Hmm.
So but hey, I'm happy with it. We'll see how it goes.
Now, don't you have some kind of Weenus? Don't you have some kind of a woman who's kind of a savant at this who wins your pool even though she knows nothing about basketball?
Well, there's the Oracle of Des Moines,
Right, right.
Jody. She did not get in our pool this year. She doesn't work for us anymore.
Oh,
But I still will text her to get the NFL stuff. And yeah, dude, she was in top 100 of the world going into week 10.
That's amazing.
Amazing against the spread. Against the spread. It was obscene. And then she came back down to earth and,
Yeah.
but still, it's just like, wow. So she also in our one at the law firm, she was second place in that one last year.
Hmm.
And she knows nothing.
Does she do basketball too, or just the NFL?
She did the NCAA last year.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that's
she
what she
finished
got
second in
second
that,
in?
and she knows
Yeah.
nothing. Nebraska, I mean, she's from Nebraska, so she would have picked Nebraska, but but otherwise, no. So,
Sometimes that helps, not knowing anything.
that's right. I,
Yeah.
I thought about just doing the whole sucking thing and trying to get my money back. I was trying to do that because last place get your money back.
Oh. Hey, here's something I asked the boys, and they didn't know. They hadn't heard of this yet. Are people using AI to pick their brackets?
Oh,
I
I'm
suppose
sure.
they are,
I'm sure.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like that's something that we should be thinking about. Is just like, hey, let's just put this whole thing into AI and see what it says. I'd be
We
curious to see what happens.
we
I
should have
don't know how
cranked.
well that would do you.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know. We should have cranked one through for the Connect More office pool.
Yeah, we should have
we
just
should have.
done a random one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about it so much on the pod. It'd be kind of
Yeah.
on brand for us to do that.
So I wonder what what they would emphasize in that. Or maybe you have to tell it what to emphasize.
Oh yeah,
I
you
don't.
probably could say like, "Hey, make sure you pick a couple upsets and stuff." Like you could coach it if you wanted to, or let it ride, baby. Like
Okay.
I want to win this thing.
So I wonder too if you just said, Here's the bracket, fill out a bracket, period, and see what happens." Would it just do all chalk? Would it be
would
all
think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Or maybe we'd pick whatever was against the spread or something like that. I don't know. Because sometimes they have upsets against the spread,
Well, yeah, and I mean, supposedly AI would look at that and say, "Hey, we know that there are upsets sometimes, and you can't just pick the highest seed or the best seed all the time." I don't know. I don't know how it would do that. We should think about that for next year. Of course, by
Yeah.
next year, they'll be like those T1 Terminator robots will be marching up and down the street. We can just ask one of them, like, "Hey guys, how's your bracket doing?" "It's fine, Get out of my way."
I'm smoking your ass.
Pick Hofstra in the first round.
Jason's optimistic look on the future just makes me want to wake up tomorrow morning. Dang.
and just imagine if John was here. It'd be even better. He's always got such a rosy outlook on stuff.
That's right. That's right. Well, boys, we got business to do. We got the end of an Iowa game to watch here, and then we're gonna record a new episode of Connect More, folks, for you to listen to. We like to record those a couple weeks ahead, but we like to keep our basket full. So keep listening. We're dropping new episodes every Saturday.
And these little live episodes, we're gonna do them every once in a while when we got something timely to talk about, like the NCAA brackets and stuff. But otherwise, we're going to keep cranking out the podcast episodes too. So thanks to all of you who are listening, and we'll see you on the pod. Bye, everybody.